All right, we have a third gentleman here in the studios. Please introduce yourself and tell the lovely people out there.
Well, I'm not sure I can compete with all of that after that music. My name is Jerry Chambless, and I'm owner of Illume Production Studios, which is primarily animation and visual effects studios. But I also do a lot of producing and creative direction for commercials and independent films and stuff like that. So that's my 2-second spill. I'm a ex-Ringling graduate, Ringling College of Design. Also have a advertising background from Northwood University. Been in that for 20 years, and then got tired of advertising and decided to jump into the creative world of film and animation. So I went back to school. Thank you to my wife who put in my portfolio without my knowledge and got me applied to Ringling without my knowledge.
Yeah, so. I tried to apply to Ringling, and I was actually I was 2 weeks too late for Ringling. Like, God, but she's smart.
Yeah, she put my portfolio in and said, "Hey, let's take a road trip over to the other coast." And I said, "I've never been there. That's pretty cool. Let's go." And the next thing I know, I'm sitting in the admissions office and I'm like, "Why are we here? How did you get my work?" So, yeah, and then that was it. And so I went through their program and just got totally eaten with the bug of animation and filmmaking in general. And like most creatives, ended up leaving Sarasota and went to California and Chicago and worked with some amazing artists, amazing studios and stuff, and decided that I wanted to come back here and try to not only build a business, but also try to keep some of the local talent that we have in Sarasota, and got hooked up with Jeannie Cochran from the Film Commission, who's an amazing film commissioner, and just started getting the word out to all of the filmmakers in the area, and started creating a little business here, and did some promotional work on different commercials and stuff, and some independent films out of here, and then Steve, actually, I was speaking for the EDC and the Film Commission at a breakfast function, and Steve walked up to me and said, "Hey, what you said was really interesting. I want you to work on my film." And I was like, "Okay."
Nice.
I don't know who Steve is, but hey, give me a call. Let's talk.
Yeah, really.
So, anything to help promote, local filmmaking in Sarasota, because I'm a big proponent of keeping the talent here and stuff. So,
well, yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
All the guests. I lost my headphones. Okay, there. I can hear myself. Not that I really need to hear myself, but okay, yeah. So, we talked earlier about that, how we've had a couple guests on from the Hub, Matt Orr and Jeff Hales, talking about how we have wonderful teaching areas, with Ringling Arts College.
It's amazing.
And, there's so much culture to be had, but then everyone goes.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately. But they are trying to do it. And the reason we had them on the show is because, through technology and through forms of media and entertainment, they're keeping all these wonderfully talented people here. Mm-hmm. So which makes us more appetizing for directors and such. And we can also, because you talked about being with I can't forget. I forget what I'm saying. But as far as the filmmakers go, making Sarasota and all of us more appetizing, as well as you said it was for Florida just passed legislation.
Absolutely.
I don't know what
it was. It was
how
one
many
of
months.
It was a huge tax incentive that that gives filmmakers finally the forum to be able to produce films here with a pretty hefty incentive that has not been this sizable in Florida's history, and so awesome. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon for it. It was fought for a long time. You wouldn't believe how many of the filmmakers and the film community in general just really fought for this incentive and stuff, and
all
petitioned. Yeah, all went up there and petitioned and got it done. And Steve was, I heard as soon as I heard it passed. I emailed Steve and I said, "Steve, it just passed. Jump on it." And he's like, "I'm filling out my paperwork right now. Thank you." I just heard too, so it's great.
I mean, no offense to me, I think your wife should have filled it out, and you would have it just like that.
I know, right? She does everything else that fast, so. But yeah, so it's a great thing, and I wasn't sure if we were going to be working together right away because initially he brought me on because he wanted me to do some animation for the film. There's kind of a section where it'd be kind of like 500 Days of Summer type of thing, where you've got some live action, and mixed animation, and that is one of my biggest things is mixing mediums. I love not just straight animation, not just straight live action, but or traditional or 3D or whatever. I love mixing the mediums, having all of those worlds come together and stuff. And so I came up with a great idea concept, and Steve and I worked it out. And I have a satellite office in Chicago. I've got a great 2D animator, art director up in there that is my partner, Joe Meredith, and he and I worked it out and came up with this great skiff for one of the scenes. And then Steve was like, "Well, I want to go even further. I want you to do